A quaint corner of Paris, the afternoon light illuminating the glass pyramid of the Louvre. And amidst that scene, Eala smiles radiantly in a birthday photo posted on Coleman Wong's story. No flowery words, just a simple wish. Happy birthday at Eala, yet enough to send the online community into a frenzy. Why? Because it wasn't the first time these two names have been linked in dating rumors. They trained together at the Rafa Nadal Academy, grew up competing in the same system, and faced both professional pressure and media scrutiny together. One from the Philippines, one from Hong Kong. Two distinct personalities, yet frequently appearing together at events large and small. However, Alex once asserted, "No, he is not my boyfriend." So the question remains, is this merely a long-standing friendship between two young talents, or is there something more behind that gaze and that handhold? In this video, you will join us in looking back at Alex and Coleman's shared journey, not just through the paparazzi's lens, but through their own words and actions. And perhaps you will discover a new definition of the relationship between two athletes growing up amidst pressure and passion. Backhand index pointing right. Don't forget to subscribe to the Pro Tennis Stories 360 channel to not miss the most captivating behind-the-scenes stories from the elite world of tennis, where emotions are as intense as Grand Slam finals. The fan perspective, when the story transcends the court. The reaction from the fan community goes beyond just cute comments or sharing a birthday photo on social media. For those who have followed the journey of Eala and Coleman Wong since they were teenagers, the intimate moment in Paris evokes special emotion. Because the bond between the two is not new. It was nurtured during their training years together at the Rafa Nadal Academy, from cheering each other on outside the courts to their quiet presence during important career milestones. The birthday photo is just a small spark that ignites speculations that have been simmering for a long time. Fans also feel a deeper connection when they see their idols experience genuine, everyday moments, not under the harsh stadium lights, but in a Parisian corner, with sincere smiles and affectionate glances. Some fans even share that what moves them is not the romantic speculation, but the way both demonstrate mutual respect and support, a rarity in the fiercely competitive world of professional tennis. The spread of the photo and the surrounding story shows that the audience today is not only interested in the results of the sets. They want to see the real person behind a racket, understand the emotions, the stories, and the relationships that contribute to an athlete's spirit. And sometimes it is those small, seemingly private moments that create the deepest connection between celebrities and the public, a connection that transcends the boundaries of the court. Although there has been no official confirmation, the gazes, gestures, and shared journey between Eala and Coleman Wong are telling a story that thousands are following. Is this just a moment between two close friends who grew up together on the athletic path? Or is it the opening chapter of a beautiful romance between two young Asian talents? No one knows for sure. But what is certain is, their journey ahead is still being written, on the tennis court, in life, and perhaps in each other's hearts. And if you don't want to miss any developments, from dramatic matches to memorable personal moments, hit subscribe on the Pro Tennis Stories 360 channel now. Here, we don't just tell you about the aces on the court, but we explore the real stories behind every athlete. One click, and you're ready to step behind the scenes where sport meets emotion. The photo of the century and the Parisian tease. In Paris, on a high-pressure day at Roland Garros, Eala still found a private moment, taking a smiling photo with Coleman Wong against the backdrop of the Louvre glass pyramid. The scene quickly went viral on Coleman's Instagram story, becoming the focus of dating speculation. "Happy birthday, Eala," he wrote, gently leaning his hand on her shoulder. That seemingly simple gesture was immediately viewed through a lens of romantic inquiry. Who would have thought that amidst the spotlight and Grand Slam pressure, an everyday moment could have such a powerful ripple effect? Because, unlike many stars who use social media to create a loud presence, Alex once publicly responded when asked about Coleman, "No, he is not my boyfriend." That very denial only heightened the public's curiosity. When you are 20, no longer a newcomer, you have to know how to protect your image, but it's hard to avoid the question fans are asking. Is there something more than friendship between you and the companion closest to you in your professional world? The photo is like a door that hints at an answer, but also opens up 1,000 other questions. The CO journey, relationship in lights and clay. Alex Eala and Coleman Wong did not just meet at an event. They trained together at the Rafa Nadal Academy, sharing courts, gyms, expectations, and failures. They were young players who walked the international circuit together, shared long conversations after grueling training sessions, and often compared serves. This relationship between two talented young people carries a sense of trust, not just competition, but mutual support. When Coleman posted the birthday greeting for Alex, many believed it indicated deeper feelings. Yet Alex, in an interview, once clearly stated, she sees Coleman as a friend. Still, their joint appearances and shared dinners in major cities during tense competition weeks lead the public to continue speculating. Fans question, if they are truly just friends, why do their gestures, glances, and moments together suggest more than words? Perhaps the line between friendship and love for those deeply connected in the same professional world is often very thin. Media pressure and the question in the soul. As soon as the photo was shared, the media and social networks immediately buzzed. Tennis fan pages spread the image, and entertainment apps ran headlines full of speculation. Alex Eala and Coleman Wong, a new couple? Meanwhile, Alex maintained her calm demeanor in front of the cameras. She neither avoided the issue nor proactively fueled the story. When asked about dating rumors, she answered decisively, no. But it was that very denial that made the story more talked about. Some comment that in the world of sports, every glance, every small gesture is scrutinized more closely than a shot on the court. And viewers ask, can career and friendship overlap to the point where the boundary blurs? At 20, Alex faces not only pressure from opponents, but also pressure from society's gaze and the media. She needs to maintain a stable career, but she is also a human being with emotions. In the next part, we will explore the inner thoughts of Alex and Coleman. What do they think when they are the subject of rumors? And will they ever want to go public, or will they forever keep the distance between a friend and a special person private? Memories from the Rafa Nadal Academy, where the bond began. Not everyone understands the depth of connection between two athletes who spend their formative training years together at a demanding sports academy. Alex Eala and Coleman Wong were two of the few Asian athletes selected to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy, known for its high-intensity regimen and strict physical and mental requirements. There, they learned not only elite tennis technique, but also how to survive amidst fierce, competitive pressure. Living in the same dormitory, sharing breakfast, and complaining together after long practices created a type of bond that is hard to define. Friendship? Possibly. Trust? Definitely. Or is it the seed of something deeper that they themselves haven't named? Insiders sometimes don't know exactly where a feeling starts. They only know that after some painful defeats, the first person Alex called was Coleman. During stressful nights before a big match, just a simple good luck from Coleman was enough to steady her mind. These shared memories make it difficult for the public to easily accept them as just friends. And in sports, where teammates are often temporary, such long-lasting connections always lead people to expect more than necessary. Keeping private for themselves and the public, the fine line. It's undeniable that when you become a professional athlete, you not only compete for achievements, but also perform under the scrutiny of millions of eyes. For Alex and Coleman, this is especially true. They are not just promising players. They are the new representatives of the young Asian generation on the international stage. Every move from fashion and statements to private life is zoomed in, analyzed, dissected, and speculated upon. Therefore, the fact that a birthday photo could become a focal point for rumors is not surprising. But what's more notable is how they respond. Neither avoids the issue, but neither proactively confirms or over-explains. Perhaps that is their way of protecting a final piece of privacy amidst a sea of curiosity. The nature of their relationship is more complex than the definition of friendship or romance. It is mutual empathy. in an environment where emotions are often suppressed to prioritize performance. Having someone who understands you down to your core is priceless. Perhaps because of this, they choose silence, not to hide, but because they don't want anything to be reduced to a couple or hot news. Silence may be their way of saying, "We understand each other," and that is enough. But for the public, that silence is the very reason the story remains captivating. From Paris to the future. Will two paths meet? Paris is where the famous photo was taken, but it's also where Alex failed to advance deep into Roland Garros. On the court, she struggled. Off the court, she became the center of attention. A strange contradiction. Meanwhile, Coleman posted the photo not long after a significant victory, as if he wanted to dedicate his winning light to his friend who was celebrating a special day. Is that merely the gesture of a friend? Or is it someone expressing a deeper concern that hasn't found the words yet? The future of both remains a big question mark. Will they continue to walk together on the practice court, in tournaments, and in life? Or will they be two separate stars, shining in their own directions? Perhaps the feelings between them will never be explicitly defined, but that is what makes the relationship unique. And in the world of tennis, where every player is a solitary journey, having someone by your side, even for just a part of the path, is enough to become a memorable chapter. Alex and Coleman's journeys are at an intersection. One side is the media spotlight, the other is personal choice. Will they cross the threshold of their 20s as two soulmates, or will they surprise fans with a truth revealed in the future? The media, embellishing or breaking. When it comes to relationships in sports, especially between two rising young stars like Eala and Coleman Wong, the media always plays a double-edged role. A candid photo, a simple caption, can all be zoomed in, embellished, and turned into a sensational story. But who should be blamed when the audience is always curious, and the press needs headline grabs? In this context, Alex and Coleman have chosen a composed reaction. They neither deny nor overconfirm. And perhaps this is a smart strategy, because despite their talent, they are still human beings. They need private space to feel, to define themselves. What frustrates the public is the ambiguity. An undefined relationship always stimulates the imagination. The media calls it a rumor, but for many, it is a quiet belief that something special is happening. That's when people no longer follow simply for achievements, but for emotions. By maintaining privacy, both are redefining the modern young athlete role model, not chasing the spotlight, but choosing to shine on their own terms. The price of authenticity. Eala is not one for theatrics. From her press conference statements to her off-court actions, she always shows a calm and somewhat reserved demeanor. That is what sets her apart in a sports world increasingly focused on image. And when faced with dating rumors, Alex didn't choose a strong denial or seize the opportunity to gain exposure. Instead, she simply denied it when asked, no more, no less. That is the wisdom of someone who knows her value. But it is also the price paid for authenticity, because that very clear, unglamorous attitude made the public even more curious. People started reading between the lines, analyzing every glance in the photo, every small detail in Coleman's post. Her sincerity, instead of quashing speculation, made the story more interesting. That is the paradox of fame. The more you try to simplify everything, the more intensely you are scrutinized. But it is precisely there that Eala wins affection, not because of scandal, but because she chooses to live authentically. And perhaps that is what makes the moments with Coleman so precious, because they are unscripted, unmanufactured. Just two young people sharing a path under the Parisian sunset.